So today we're going to tackle suspension. First, before I even take it off the ground, I need to check some things. These up here seemed to be pretty easy to take off. Looks like it's only 2 bolts. There may be another bolt hidden under there. I don't think so though. So 2 bolts, pretty simple up here on each side. And I'll have to see what it's like down there. But the back's a little bit different. I don't know what's down there either, but the back has the suspension in this area, and there's these plastic covers up here. So I have to take these off to see how many bolts it is. I'm hoping it's only 2 bolts as well. So if that's the case, there's at least 8 bolts that I have to take off above the suspension, and at the wheel, I don't know, we will see. So that's what we're gonna do today. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Usually the worst part about this is the rust on the bolts. So if there is rusted bolts, it's going to take even longer. If there's seeds bolts, it's going to take even longer. If the bolts come off like butter, it's going to be kind of scary because that means they weren't tight, but we shall see. WD-40 is my best friend. We'll put the coilovers on today. Hopefully before it starts raining. I got about 3 or 4 hours before rain starts, so I should be able to get it done before then. If not, you know, after the rain, I don't mind doing it. But I'll be lifting the car up now, testing out the new jack because I still haven't even got that out of the box because I haven't used it yet. I did go to the car show yesterday. I'm not sure if that video is going to make it to YouTube, but I did go to the car show yesterday. I recorded some videos. I might just post pictures of the cars on Instagram or Facebook, but if the video turns out well, I'll post it on YouTube as well. So, you know, car shows are one of those things where there's not a lot of talking, there's kind of a lot of looking around at different cars, and then sometimes people will talk to you, but out of an hour video, you end up probably getting maybe 5 minutes of conversation. So some car videos or car show videos are usually just walking around looking at cars. So it is what it is. So suspension, I haven't even taken the coilovers out of the box. So a lot of stuff I have still in boxes. You know what? Let's see. What do I have in boxes? I have the suspension in boxes. I had the steering wheel in the box before I took that out of the box. I have the Haltech ECU in a box still. I have a wiring harness for the ECU in a box. I have a wiring harness for the radio in a box. I don't even know what's all in the box. Still got boxes. I got probably like 6 or 8 boxes still with stuff. I ordered the tires. The wheels should arrive here probably within 3 weeks. They sent me pictures of them. They look pretty dang good. We'll see. Let's see what else. I guess that's it for now. So let's put you guys on a tripod so y'all can watch me do this. But that's essentially what we're doing today. It's just coilovers. And honestly, these cars are kind of hard to find. So there's not a lot of videos on them. So if you guys have a Series 2, this is a Series 2 all-wheel drive manual transmission Stagea. So I have to say that because a lot of people, it's like, oh, you know, Stages are all the same. No, if it's rear-wheel drive and if it's auto, there's several differences in those cars. If it's a rear-wheel drive manual, there's still differences. Mainly the differences are in the suspension. So some suspension has the I, and some suspension has the C bolt, or the C where the bolt goes through on the outside. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but we'll open the box now, see what's in the box, and put it on as we see fit. I was gonna just take everything off first, spray it with WD-40, and hope for the best while I open the box and everything's, you know, soaking into WD-40. So let's do that. Put you guys on the tripod real quick. Well, I was gonna replace the sway bars on this car too, eventually. And it looks like the sway bar is gonna be a harder replacement than the whole strut. The strut only has 1 screw down here, connecting anything. Now, most of the time you will have to I don't even think in this case you do have to do that. I don't think I think the rear one's gonna be super easy. But in some cases you have to take off the wheel arms to get this working. But So this still has Heika system on here. I'm not really sure how that functions, to be honest. But essentially the Heika system allows the back wheels to slightly go in or come out to help you with wider turns, but it still has it all hooked up. And I don't have the light on the dash, so that means it's working. And it still has the fuse in the fuse box, so that means it's working. At least that's what I think. So let me spray some WD-40 down here and hope that this bolt is fine. So yeah, it just looks like one bolt. Let me bring you all. So it just looks like this one bolt down here holding the entire suspension down here. I assume this is part of the Heika system. I don't know what these go to. And then here's the control arm. But it's a lot of stuff down here. A lot of stuff. A lot of moving parts, it looks like. But I do have to change the brakes. It's not much, there's padding left, but I don't know, it feels like it's a little rough, a little rough. What are these, spacers? Oh man, there's spacers on here. I wonder if the front has spacers. They're 0.05. So I assume that means 5 millimeters. Let's see if I can find the correct one. I can't remember which one it was. Where's 5? There it is. Yeah, that car had spacers. Very little spacers. I didn't even notice. And so now let's go to the top and see how many bolts it is up there. This is where I said I had to jack it up from. I had to find a very metal spot that wasn't rusted. And that was the closest thing to pretty much out here that was not rusted in metal. So let me see if I can show you guys what I was talking about that had rust. All that has rust on it. That's crazy. These cars do get pretty rusty, especially being in Japan. So, all right. It's gonna be a nice restoration project. It might be like a 10-year restoration project, but the car runs and drives. That's all I care about. As long as I'm not falling through the floor, I'll be all right. Now, I think it might be easier not to stand on this side and see what it looks like before I do anything. So I'm gonna put you guys right here. And I'm gonna try to move some of this stuff out of the way. Because I do need bolts. There's bolts on each one of these holding this plastic down, so I'm gonna go see if I can find the right size real quick. Actually, I take it back. I forgot that these have little storage cubbies in here, and I've been putting my stuff in here. See? Storage cubby. There's a storage cubby on this side, and a storage cubby on this side. Crazy stuff. I have the radial wiring harness in there, still in the package. A few other things still in the package. Let's see. Start with a 10. You know what? I'm just gonna go get my drill. I don't know why I keep starting this stuff without my drill. Interesting. Everything's in Japanese. I should have known though. I got it from Japan. But this is still the same process as any other vehicle. So, not a huge deal. I don't know how low they are from the factory, so I'm just gonna install them exactly how they are. Okay. Check it. So, this is with the stock tires, obviously stock wheeling tires. I probably have an inch, maybe an inch and a half over the tire here. Look at all that rust. The coilover looks good. Is that rust or is that dirt? No, it's rust. Okay. I'll have to tighten the lug nuts real quick, but let's go to this side now. This side has about 2.5 inches of space above the tire with the stock suspension. So we go down about, I guess, 1.5 inches, and that's from the factory, so I can still lower it more. But I'm not gonna lower it anymore until I get the wheels, and I can see where everything lines up. So I'm probably gonna do the other rear one before I go to the front. So that's probably what we're gonna keep doing. Goes. Officially, the rear is done. Almost. I gotta put the other one in. Right. Camera died, so you guys missed that little bit of stuff. So this up here, the 2 bolts up here are 14s. This one was the same 17 as the rears. Then there is a brake line screw, which is a 10. So 17, 10. I don't know if anything else has to come out. These are 14s. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's just those 4 and we can call it a day, because I have to have this done today, because I actually have somebody coming over and I want to give them a ride in the car. So let's see. Well, that was pretty easy. Be careful with the brake line, because the last thing I need is this thing to break. The brake line to break. All right. So once you have it disconnected from this one with the 17, you just gotta, it's kind of tight. I did loosen the top a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw in the video, I'd loosened the top bolts a little bit to see if maybe that would help me. But it didn't, so it's kind of tight. You just gotta use your body to push it out, and then it comes out. Slide it back. Do not slide it forward or else it'll get caught right here. So slide it back. That way when you do disconnect the top bolts, it falls in and you don't have to worry about it being stuck anywhere. So pretty straightforward. 3 bolts down, 3 bolts on this one, 3 bolts in the back. I mean, you can't even be mad at that. Can't even be mad at that. So let me put this one in. Also, there were no spacers in the front. So spacers were only on the rears, which most people do spacers on the rears after they put aftermarket wheels on, so they can cover the hike assistant. Well, I got this one out. This was a lot harder to get out than the other side. Busted my finger and everything. It's hurting. But blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. No tears this time, but it did hurt. So let's put in the new one, lower the car. This is it. This is the last one. So drive it around a little bit, see how it runs, see how it feels, so if it's comfortable. Yeah, let's do it. Honestly, I don't know what that was, but some plastic was in the, started bouncing around, somebody ran over it. Suspension's pretty good. It's pretty good, actually. I got these straight from Japan, so these are, took me about 2 weeks, 3 weeks to get them. Actually no, it was about 2 weeks to get them. They were shipped, I think FedEx or UPS or something like that, but they had to go through customs, so there was probably like a 2 or 3 day delay there. It could have been transit time, about a week. Doesn't matter. It feels pretty dang good for what I paid for it. Honestly, it was in yen. Obviously, I got technically a good price for it because I got it straight from Japan instead of trying to find a coilover that I could find in the US, because I would have probably spent another, for the quality, I'm feeling it, right? For the quality that this is now, if you are like, I'm comparing these to all my coilovers that I've been in, right? I've been in all the coilovers that I've had for the Miata and the RX-7 were Meister R. And the coilovers for the Meister coilovers are actually really dang good for the price as well. If you're paying over $1,000 for coilovers, you expect them to be pretty dang comfortable. So therefore, I expect these to be pretty dang comfortable. But all the reviews I did on these, and there was like Neomax, and I don't know, there was a few brands for this particular vehicle, and they were ranging from 1,000 to 3,000. And I was like, well, let's see what they have in Japan, because in Japan it may be, you know, $1,500, but it'll be as good as like a $2,000, $2,500 coilover, because I essentially am paying yen and getting a discount. So yes, you have to pay tariffs and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you don't end up paying that much. Yes, I was painting a fence. I was waiting for my cousin to come get a first glimpse of the car, and he said he wasn't gonna be able to make it today, so I started painting the fence, and nasty hands. That's why I'm sweaty. That's why I got this on. Now I'm actually on the way to get paint because I ran out of paint. But here we go. First impressions of the coilovers, really comfortable. Straight from the manufacturer, the ride height is pretty dang perfect. There is nothing wrong with the ride height as of yet. Maybe when I switch to the 18 by 9.5 plus 22s, I may have to lower it a little bit. Maybe I'll see how it clears the sidewalls and everything. The rears are a little bit higher than the fronts, but that's typically how it works, because even the RX-7s, the rears were like super high compared to the fronts from the manufacturer. Ooh, it's getting hot up in here. I have the windows closed so I can talk to you all, but there's no AC, so I'm sweating even harder in the car. But pretty solid suspension. Again, Blitz ZZR, I think is what they were called. Really good suspension for the Nissan Stagea all-wheel drive. So at least the 260RS will use these. They do have the similar coilover ZZR, I think is what it is, and they have them for the rear-wheel drive Stagea. So if you're looking for rear-wheel drive Stagea coilovers, look for Blitz ZZR coilovers. Pretty dang good. With that said, if you made it this far into the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I put out in the future. As always, peace. Let me open this window down before I melt.